The lie of the ceasefire, you mean? Let me introduce you to like a sad story that happened today, which is the story of Rahaf. She's only 3 months old, and she died out of cold. Palestine is going through one of the worst weather storms that is going to hit the worst this night. And the Channel 14 was bragging totally about this weather storm, saying that it's the strongest in a while and it's going to hit Gaza the deepest tonight. So we assure you that no one is going to stay in the tent, and they're really happy about it. So now we have another level of a genocide, using weather as a weapon to accomplish and finish what the bombs didn't do, the bombs that are still raining on Gaza, as Israel never stopped their genocide, and they never stopped attacking and shooting and killing Palestinians over there. It's not all over the media like before because it's not intense, but it doesn't cancel the fact that it's still going on daily basis. Even the yellow line that Israel would draw as the first part of the ceasefire is they're crossing it non-stop. Yesterday, another child was killed while he was in the arm of his father. So those lies about the genocide stopping is a beautiful lie going on, and I'm really happy the trend of the genocide is making the people around the world sleep and rest, because they don't see anymore the ugliness of the reality that is going on the ground. And if we move on to how another breach of the ceasefire is conducted, we go a little bit to the West Bank, in which Israeli army arrested most of the big names that from the prisoners that they released as an exchange of prisoners. So they're busy in the West Bank collecting their debts, in which, yes, we released them to take our prisoners, and now they're being held as hostages inside of Israeli jails, in which more than 11,000 Palestinians is in those jails. And of course, they're not important for the Western media to talk about it, living in hunger, cold, unfair treatment, and no clear reason why all those hostages inside of Israeli prisons are there. The West Bank is turning into yet again another big jail, biggest jail in the world, because we have Gaza is the biggest one, right? And then they're turning the West Bank into small ghettos in which people honestly are sleeping in the street because of the non-stop checkpoints, because of the non-stop of the attacks of settlers, because of the non-stop plans by right far-wing government, especially Smotrich and Ben Gvir going into the parliament, putting a nose pin, asking to assassinate and kill, like death penalty on Palestinian prisoners. And Smotrich is going into the West Bank, putting the biggest plan with the biggest funding to build settlements, illegal settlements according to international law in the West Bank. The refugee camps, they're disappearing slowly, because Israel decided that they want to conduct a war on a narrative. So I don't want anyone to talk about the right of return. And in order to remove this from your mind and thought, they went into the refugee camps. It's been going on for like 6 months now, but they're slowly going to more. So it started in Jenin, Tul Karim, Mukhayyam Nur Shams, and now they're moving a little bit toward the center, the capital, the political capital of Palestine, into Ramallah, the Al-Amari refugee camp, Qalandia refugee camp, Al-Jalazon refugee camp, and non-stop attack, insane. Like they're going on a tornado in destroying houses in Area C, because for them, this is how the biblical Great Israel will be built, only by Jews, Zionists in this case, because we all know as Palestinians, we respect Jews, but we don't respect those Zionists using the religion as a tool to conduct political reality on the ground, which is the land theft of the Palestinians, in which after they're taking control over Area C, which is more than 60% of Palestine or the West Bank, then you're talking about little chunk and pieces left for Palestinian. And between those chunk and pieces, those Palestinians are being attacked by settlers that are being armed by the Israeli government, that even the Israeli army is complaining about how violent they are coming. They have no respect even for the official army, because they are becoming the shadow army for doing the dirty work and conducting reality on the ground that cannot be changed in the future. We never go to phase 2, and in between phase 1 stays forever, and there is no respect for phase 1. So why are you dreaming about going to phase 2? Phase 2 include turning Gaza into a big businessman plot between Trump and Tony Blair and some money makers from Arab countries here and there. There's a sea of petrol over there. They don't care about ceasefire. They don't care about anything. They open the Rafah crossing just for those who want to leave. So you're doing an ethnic cleansing voluntarily, because like you made their life a living nightmare with no choices or hope, and then you say, we want to do this and that, in which the people inside of the yellow line they don't exist, because it's going to turn into like a beautiful business area in which they dig the petrol, in which they're stealing it already, yani. And they want to put everyone in a very small area. Whoever lives in this area is nothing is going to happen. We're not going to rebuild the houses. We're not going to take care of you. We're not going to do anything, because this is the area that we decided, meaning the American and the Israelis are the good people who agree to what we want. And agree to what we want is, let's steal your land, let's steal your resources, let's steal everything. And the other, living on the other side of the line, it's not the area that economically good for them. So let's put everyone in that area and let them die slowly, because we're not gonna rebuild or do anything. They're living in a mud pool, a non-stop mud pool, with tents flying over their heads, with not enough gasoline going into Gaza, because Israel is so busy in sending iPhone and 17 and iPhone Pro, and one of them with diamond and gold, while they don't allow like baby formula to go in. They don't allow there is a way of what do you call it in English? What your body needs. Your body doesn't need an iPhone Pro. It doesn't need a chocolate. It doesn't need chips. It doesn't need all the goodies. It needs food, like basic food, vegetables, meat, and formula for kids, diapers, and sanitaries for sanitaries or sanitary. What is it? Sanitary pads. Thank you. They don't want luxury. What Israel is doing is sending like things that, even when it comes to a long term, what do you want to create a diabetes generation? Do you want to create overweight people without like giving them sugar nonstop and salt nonstop without milk or meat or chicken or tuna or fish? It's a lie. You can see the bulldozers working in front of you, moving a little bit further and further. Like, do you have any idea where the green line is? Like between the rebel and all this, who decide where the green line is? Who decide where the yellow line is? It's them and their bulldozers. They move in, they move out, and they do it as much as they want. If tanks withdraw toward the yellow line, we still have the quadcopter and the F-16 and the helicopters going in and conducting attacks against Palestinians as much as they want. They burned kids in tent while no one spoke about it last week. Again, they did burn a tent full of kids, and because they just decided that there is you know, like the ready excuse, someone from Hamas that we want, okay, ready, خلاص, no negotiation. They said so, end of the story. So it's still like what Gaza is still under the control of Israel, all of it, not part of it, not the red line, not the green line, not the yellow line. And let's not play the games of coloring, because they own the sky and they own the ground and they own the F-16, and whenever they want, they just break and correct and go and in and out however they want. Say inshallah. Say inshallah. You know what inshallah means? By God will. There's like the leaders around the world that decided that they want the money of a place, exactly as Venezuela and other area. There's no change is going to happen as long as it doesn't align with what they want. What they want, Gaza empty from the people, and they're opening the gate for them to choose to leave because you're making it impossible to stay. So it's like an ethnic cleansing, an act of terrorism, a genocide, and annexation, all the bad words that you can think of. It's like a bully boy bullying everyone. That's the United States and America. And tell me, if you don't take this bullier and put it in a place where he needs to behave, everyone is going to be bullied. Today it's Palestine and Gaza. Tomorrow it's going to be Europe, like you did hear Trump bullying the French president, and tomorrow, and now he's bullying the Venezuelan one. Tomorrow it's Germany time. So be careful, just like take it from someone who tried them before.